Made-in-Alberta and part 3 of our special series called Climate Talks. Former Minister of Parliament Bob Mills spent 15 years in Ottawa representing his central Alberta riding. Now he represents the interests of the whole world on an international commission to study land use, ecosystems, and climate change.
Business as usual right now with the rainforest will be gone in 72 to 87 years. Those rainforests count for an awful lot of CO2 sequestering, and the destruction of them results in an awful lot of carbon being released from the peat, which is under these forests, and from, of course, the burning of these forests.
Bob and his international colleagues created a list of recommendations that could be included in our next global climate change treaty.
And on the 16th of December 2009, these will be presented by the Prime Minister of Denmark. That is a small part of getting a solution to climate change.
And on to the next ecological challenge.
Our oceans are the biggest absorber of CO2. We know that they're in trouble. We know the huge amounts of pollution that are there. We know how it's becoming more and more acidic.
Studies of the ocean today reveal how human-caused global warming could set off and eventually be eclipsed by a natural warming cycle.
As the nature of the oceans change, more and more CO2 is being released than is being absorbed. And the dynamics there we don't fully understand yet.
Bob has also been to the Arctic to see more evidence of this type of change.
Places are sinking because that permafrost is melting, and the release of CO2 is huge, way more than what humans today produce. So this is the accelerator effect. This is why it's going to go faster and faster and faster. There are towns now that literally 10 miles of shoreline has disappeared already. Many of our island states, many of the coastal cities and so on are going to be seriously threatened. Parts of Bangladesh now are totally underwater. It's real, and we need to deal with it, and it's politically tough to deal with.
The UN climate talks represent 192 diverse nations looking for leadership.
I really think, if we're going to solve this climate change issue, it's going to be between the United States and China. If those two countries don't get together to get this thing done, it's going to be bad for the whole world.
As Canadians, there's little doubt we will follow the U.S. lead because of our economic and cultural ties. But China?
I've been going to China for many years now. They have a lot of pressure now on their growing middle class, saying we've got to fix the environment. We have serious pollution. Growth has been everything. Now environment is coming to the top. I think Obama represents that same sort of in the US, where they're saying, hey, we've been laggards here. We got to do something.
Join us again in the new year for part 2 of Bob's interview and a discussion of opportunities and challenges for Alberta in the era of new energy transition.